Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. All right, you guys. I tell you, we just making all kinds of changes. All right. So I ran across this article yesterday, and it talks about now taxpayers will be able to receive their refunds in Bitcoin. So the cryptocurrency payment services BitPay has partnered with financial products company Refundo to enable people to get a portion of their tax return, their tax refund back in Bitcoin. So Refundo's new product is called Coin RT, which RT I'm sure means refund transfer, allows taxpayers to receive all or a portion of their federal and state refunds in Bitcoin through BitPay's payouts, and ensuring low transaction fees, speed, and serving the underbanked. Okay, so there's a lot more in this article that talks about, the process to getting it done. But I want to highlight something before I forget, because I want to make sure that I talk about it. Okay. So this is a no for me. Okay. Let's get that out the way. But it really just depends on the type of refund that you're getting. Okay. And so the reason that this kind of bugs me is because I see the potential for people to really get themselves caught up in a bad tax situation, and because they're not really understanding, understanding cryptocurrency taxes and the functions of cryptocurrency, all of that. So I jotted down a few notes to, because I believe this is still going to be targeted at my low income people, and that really bugs me. Okay. So there's already I saw one of the congressmen has put forth this bill for people who get the refund transfer products. These are generally low income people that received earned income tax credit refunds that use bank products that allow them to get their money quicker. But there's also a lot of fees that are involved in that. And so there's some big push. There was some study done, you guys, that said that, low income people pay more for their tax preparation than the rest of the population. Okay, well, you didn't need a study for that. But anyway, so with this, again, that's why I still believe it's going to be aimed at low income people. And again, that's what bugs me, because when we're talking about using bank products, again, is what allows you to have your tax preparation fees removed from your refund. Those are generally low income people who, again, are getting earned income tax credit, child tax credit refunds. So that's number one. Okay. Then, number two, again, is understanding that Bitcoin, Bitcoin is volatile. Okay. It can increase in value, but it can also decrease in value. So if you are really depending on your refund, you just might want to get your refund in cash and not necessarily cryptocurrency. And also understanding the taxation of cryptocurrency. So, we saw all the memes, right? We saw the memes where people get their tax refunds and they go out and they wind up, buying things or whatever. But also people, really, I don't say also, but really people are getting caught up on bills. There's a story that was done, a study that was done a couple years ago. And it showed that people that get earned income tax credit refunds they're catching up on rent, they're catching up on bills, they're paying off high interest loans. So it's not necessarily this whole big tax season boss out that's going on. There are people that are depending on that to get caught up on things so they can stay in their homes. And as a matter of fact, this year, because of the whole issue with the government shutdown and the reduction of refunds, there was an increase of evictions during this, during the same time last year during tax season. So, so people that get earned income tax credit refunds are really depending on that money to survive. And, and putting it in Bitcoin allows you that that refund to possibly decrease. Can it increase? Absolutely. I'm not saying it's all bad, but I think people really need to understand what they're getting themselves into before they go with the, ooh, I got Bitcoin, singing that song, because it's terrible. So not understanding the taxation of Bitcoin. But here's the other thing. If your Bitcoin increases, if you have gains, okay, if you have $3,500 in gains in your cryptocurrency, let's say you get this refund in Bitcoin. And then, throughout the year, you go sell it, selling it. Now, here's the other thing, selling it means that if you go buy something with Bitcoin, if you trade it for another type of cryptocurrency, that counts as a sale. And with that sale, if there's a gain, you have to pay taxes on that gain. And if you have $3,500 in gains, then you will become ineligible for the earned income tax credit, period. Okay. And so this is why I'm looking at this and I'm cringing, because I see the potential for people to create tax bills that they cannot pay, and also for the potential to lose value in their cryptocurrency. And there's just a lot of things that can go wrong based on ignorance, not necessarily people doing something funky, but not really understanding cryptocurrency taxation and how it impacts your overall tax picture. So even though this product may be available, I am going to tell you to proceed with absolute caution. I will also tell you, if you're interested in purchasing Bitcoin, get your tax refund and then you go purchase some with your Bitcoin on your own. Don't get your entire refund in cryptocurrency and wind up in a world of hurt. I just think that is an overall bad idea, because not only are you going to be paying the additional fees, the fees for earned income tax credit refunds that use these bank transfers is already high. Okay. I'm going to tell you that from a tax professional perspective, those fees are high. You're going to be paying for that. You've got your tax preparation fees are high. You've got bank fees that are attached to this. You're also going to have the fees that BitPay is going to be charging you, and don't think that they won't. Right? So whether you purchase something and they take a portion of what you sell, whatever, okay, there's going to be fees involved with that. So just I really just caution you with doing that, and especially, okay, because see, we're making it way easy. We're making it way too easy for people to get in tax trouble. Cryptocurrency taxation isn't necessarily just one of these things you just punch in some numbers and boom, there you go. Because I'm also reading in this article where a popular tax software is now allowing people to import their transactions, which that's cool and everything. However, if you don't know if your transactions are accurate, you can wind up paying more. I can tell you that from personal experience, because I have a client who bossed out in cryptocurrency, and I downloaded his transaction. He was like, oh, no, this is not right. And what happened is that it was, some of the transactions were downloaded. They were downloaded double. All right. So we had to go through and find out which transactions were actually duplicate transactions. It was bananas. Okay. So you have to know what you're looking at. You have to know about cryptocurrency. You have to know about the taxation of cryptocurrency. And if you don't know those things, this is a no for me. Absolute no. Now, if you're getting a refund because, hey, you overpaid in taxes, meaning that you had too much withheld or you overpaid in your estimated taxes, that's entirely different, because then, you've overpaid. Okay. There's a difference between overpaying in taxes and getting an earned income tax credit refund. The earned income tax credit, just to give you a little bit of history, the earned income tax credit was once called the poverty tax credit when it was created. Okay. Back in the 70s, I do believe it was called the poverty credit, because this money was money that was being credited to lower income families to keep them above the poverty line. All right. That's why the earned income tax credit was that's why it was created. It was supposed to be temporary, but hey, somebody loved it, made it permanent. So that is the history of the earned income tax credit. And then then to put this into Bitcoin, and like I said, if you're depending on this money to pay your rent and, bills and all of that, this is not a good idea. Because the moment that you put it in cryptocurrency and then you decide, okay, I need to go and spend this money, whatever gains you get is you are going to have to, you're going to have to pay taxes on that, and you have to track all those transactions. That's the responsibility of the taxpayer. Okay. Ultimately, it's the responsibility of the taxpayer. So, that's why I don't like it. That's all. So when you see this happen, during tax season, it is going to happen, as soon as, January hits, you're going to see the advertisements. You're going to see the advertisements of people being able to get their tax refunds back in cryptocurrency and all of that. And I'm just going to caution you to say no. Get your money. And get your money in cash, like you normally would, direct deposit. And then if you want to go buy cryptocurrency, connect with somebody that does it, like that knows what they're doing. Do that before you go and get your whole tax refund in cryptocurrency. Okay. So I really hope that gives you something to chew on, and yeah, be on the lookout for that. I know I'm going to be talking about this again closer to tax time next year, but I'm sure that the marketing is going to be heavy. Holy cow, it's going to be heavy, y'all. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come right there to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.